Well, screening this weekend, a true story about local heroes. It's called American Sons. It's a documentary that follows a tight-knit group of Marines after their deployment to Afghanistan. The main character is a gentleman named J.V. Villarreal. He's a corporal, and he is from San Antonio. Joining us today is the film's producer and director, Andrew James Gonzalez, and Corporal J.V.'s sister, April Villarreal Rodriguez. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate that. What inspired the documentary, American Sons? What's the history here behind all of this?
Yeah, I don't think this was the original intention. My brother was the original, what they call original filmmaker, and he took a helmet cam and a camcorder with him to Afghanistan just to capture some internal footage for my family. And fortunately, after he passed, we were able to get some of that. And you know, once we saw the internal workings of what his life was like, felt like we needed to really share this with the world. This
was the second deployment.
Was.
So he went the first time, came home, and your mom was sort of, I mean, she like a lot of, I would assume a lot of moms. I'm curious what my baby boy's doing over there.
For sure. And he was like, I remember it all. She's like, well, what about me? Like, I really, it was days before Facebook, Instagram was so big and you could share in the moment. So she really wanted an insight into his life.
How did the video get from him and the family to you, sir?
Well, when the footage came home, April had reached out to our producer, Laura Varela, who was making a documentary about Vietnam veterans at the time. And so she was just the right person, the right connection that was made. And then I would begin working with Laura about 6 years later. And she had told me about this project. And when I saw the footage, I was completely blown away. And I knew this is something that we had to be a part of. So within a month, we were off traveling to Los Angeles, and we had shot our first footage for the project in about a month's time. And here we are today. That was 2019.
How much video did you have?
Well, we have about a couple hours from JV, but we shot about 100+ hours of footage for the modern day story.
I asked you off camera, I said, did you know him? And your answer was very telling. You said what?
I know him now. That's right. I mean, I've spent thousands of hours with him, and actually I've gotten the advice to, speak to him during those trying times of need. So I commune with him sometimes in the difficult moments and also in the moments of triumph.
It's been 15 years since your brother made the ultimate sacrifice. I'm wondering, now that you're sharing him with the public, what is that like for you and your family?
As much as it is difficult to share, it's also our way of sharing his legacy. I didn't understand what this process was going to be like when we received the footage and going through this entire thing, but I really, really am excited to share not just his personality, but his story and those that came back as well.
What's been the reaction from the public, critics, film people who have seen it? What's the reaction so far?
It was very emotional. It's a very emotional film, but also it's the first of its kind. So you're getting to see an inside look at both a young Latino there in Afghanistan and his first-person conversations with us, the viewers, but also those challenges that veterans are going through post-combat. It's very raw and authentic, and you just get to see an inside look that really helps those support network, those families, understand what their loved one experienced.
Your mom wanted a window into what he went through all these years later. What is that like for your family to see this now?
It is incredibly, heartwarming. It's an honor to share him with the world, and to tell his story, but not just his story, but the way he told the story. Truly, this is a first-person account. You see him living on the side of a mountain. You see him, under fire and still smiling throughout the entire process. And so it's really an homage to who he was and how it's carried over all these years.
It's called American Sons. It is the story of a hero and many heroes who served and make the ultimate sacrifice. Here are the screenings. So we were talking about this Sunday, November 9th. It is at the Carver Cultural Community Center. Any other information we need to know before it starts at 1:30 there?
Yeah, you can just get onto the film's website, americansonsfilm.com, and we should have some tickets remaining. You see it here on the screen right now. You click that red button and you'll be able to get access to more information about the project.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing what you do to honor veterans, and thank you for sharing your brother and your family and their story, and we hope it helps everyone who gets a chance to see it.
Thank you very much. It will air on PBS in January.
Oh, fantastic.
For about 30 days.
Yeah, so January 12th, we'll have our air date. That'll be a national broadcast, so you'll be able to see it all around the country.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you.